What's up, guys? It's Elijah, otherwise known as Evil Snowflake, here tonight. I know I haven't streamed in a while, so glad to be back at it tonight. Um, just kind of running through some decks online, trying to look for a little bit of inspiration for what to play next. We did White Emiria last stream, and sort of like the fun, free to play portion of Magic. But what we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna do a modern league, and we're gonna do a deck that I think is really cool. And tonight's deck is going to be the MIndcrank Combo. I played it a couple times, and this is sort of my build and my take on it at the moment. MIndcrank Combo is an infinite mill combo with infinite damage attached. What the two key pieces of the combo are MIndcrank, which says whenever you lose life, that player puts 70 cards on top of his library into his or her graveyard. It's for 2 mana, it's artifact, and the key combo piece that it works with, is Duskmantle Guildmage. We're not really too concerned about his second ability. It's his first ability is what we're concerned about. For blue-black, a 2/2, so kind of very vanilla creature in terms of those stats. But his activated ability is whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere this turn, that player loses 1 life. So you activate this for a blue, black, and 1 colorless, and you somehow get a card from anywhere into the opponent's graveyard. That person loses 1 life, which then triggers MIndcrank, and so they put the top card into their library. Because they lost that 1 life, they'll put 1 card in, which then triggers again that the player loses 1 life. So it's an infinite mill. It's also an infinite damage, which you'll do first, and it's just a really sweet, fun combo whenever it goes off. And the reason why this combo deck is really good is because the way it can be built. There are 2 ways to build a combo deck that you have to apply. Number 1 is getting the combo pieces onto the field. You see this a lot with like collected company decks. They're digging through, they're putting it on the field. The Madcap decks with the Kitchen Finks and the green creature doesn't give you negative counters. You see them put them on with Court of Callings, that sort of pieces to get the cards onto the field. So with this one, we have 2 things. We have Dimir Infiltrator, and he's a blue-black, 1/3. Can't be blocked, but we're not really too concerned about that because we actually probably will never cast him as a creature. What we're going to do is his Transmutability, which is a really cool mechanic from the Ravnica days, where we pay its transmute cost of a blue, black, and a colorless. We discard this card, and we search up for another card that has the same converted mana cost. So Dimir Infiltrator's converted mana cost is 2. So we can search up, it's a Mirror Guild Gauge or a MIndcrank. So now we're already playing with 9 pieces of a combo, which is that's pretty good odds. That will draw into one of these things, and we'll have one of these things that we can go get. The second combo piece that we can use to get our combo out is Muddle the Mixture. Counters target instant or sorcery spell, so we might actually play it for that. If we feel like we're going to die, if we're going to be put behind, that sort of thing. But its transmute cost is 2 blue and a colorless. And it does the same thing. You search your deck for a converted mana cost 2, which both MIndcrank, Duskmantle, Guildmage are. And then it'll also, you can get anything. So you can get pretty much anything in the 2-drop slot that we have in this deck. And so now we're playing with 12 combo pieces, so that's really good. And that's how we're going to get the combo on the field. Now we have things like Opt, we have some Remands, we have Dimir Charms, Thought Scours that help us get to the combo quicker as well. So the second part about building a combo deck is, now that we have assembled a combo, we have to make sure we have to protect the combo, because you still need 3 mana to activate the ability, and then whatever you're doing is still going to cost you a mana. Like if you're going to discard a card from their hand, you got to pay a mana. Um, so we got to make sure that we have mana up. And so this turn, usually what we'll do is activate the ability, and then play our how we're going to get them into the graveyard. So we have to protect the combo for at least a turn. What we can do is we have a plethora of ways. We have 2 Thought Seizes and 3 Inquisitions that search for ways that are going to kill our combo. We take it out of their hand and we put it into the graveyard. We also have 3 Dimir Charms, which counters any sort of sorcery spell, terminates, that sort of thing, that can take care of Vandal Blast, that sort of thing. And then we can also shuffle and look through the top 3 cards. So basically, like an anticipate, but instead of putting on the bottom, you put them into the graveyard. But we can also use that on our opponent and put those 2 cards into the graveyard and then get the combo kill that way. We also have 2 Counter Squalls. I really like this counter. Opponent loses 2 life. Counters any sort of non-creature spell for 2 mana. So it's a great catch-all. Then Remands as well. It's great early game counter. It replaces itself, which is huge. And then, so we have those ways of getting and protecting our combo. And then we have Ashiok, who I've sort of been shoving into black-white or black-blue decks lately, just because I really enjoy this Planeswalker. He's great. He has a high loyalty counter once you activate him. So he sticks around for a little bit at least. You take, if you're going up against a creature-based matchup, of course he's the best, because you can just, rip their Tarmogoyf and put it on the field for you. So it's just, to me, it's just a really good Planeswalker. And then we have 4 Ops just to filter through the deck, just to get to the combo quicker. And then as you can see, everything, from Dimir Charms down, these all put a card into the graveyard. Actually, unfortunately, that's not at exiles. It doesn't put things into the graveyard. So all these things get put into the graveyard, and that's how we're going to trigger the Dustmantle Guildmage. We also have some other ways in the mana base as well. So for the mana base, it's just a typical 2-color mana base that you would see in Modern. You got the Polluted Deltas Fetch Lands, you got Watery Graves, Drowned Catacombs, and I included Darkslick Shores because we want to make sure mana comes in untapped and that we're ready to combo off, as soon as we see our opportunity, as soon as we see an opening. And then we have a Creeping Tar Pit just as an alternate win condition, along with the Ashiok, where we just sort of beat face very slowly, do what we can to control the board, because both him and the Dimir Infiltrators are unblockable. And then we also have 3 Ghost Quarters, which actually play a really key role, because this is a free way to put a card into the graveyard. So once you have your combo assembled, all you have to do is just pay the 3 mana, leave the Ghost Quarter open, tap it, sacrifice it, and put a land into the graveyard, and that triggers right away. Then we have just 2 islands, 2 swamps, just for Blood Moon matchups, really. If we get Ghost Quartered, we have something to look up. Sideboard-wise, you can go a couple ways with the sideboard. I've seen ways where people go and protect the combo even more. They'll put in a bunch more counter spells or things that protect the creature or the artifact when they're on the field. I went with a more transformational sideboard, because once they see the combo, that's what they're going to expect. So what I've done is I put in 4 Delver Secrets and 2 Rune Chanter's Pikes. So we are going to play about 27 to 30 instants of sorceries, just depending on how you sideboard. And so that should mean that he flips as soon as he can. My luck, some other people's luck, they probably will never flip, but we should statistically have half the deck to flip this guy. And the Rune Chanter's Pikes, of course, for all the instant sorceries that we have in our graveyard, we can hook this up to a Creeping Tar Pit or to the Delver and just beat face, and then all of a sudden become an aggro deck. And so that's why I like this transformational sideboard compared to just gearing up and just protecting the combo even more. Because that just wastes a lot of resources you gotta spend, You got to leave up mana. You have to play a lot more cautiously compared to this way. We do have 2 more Thoughtseizes and Mana Leaks just for control matchups. We want to make sure that we can at least cast our stuff and put them on the board. Because once they're on the board, we should be good to go. We do have 3 Extirpates, which is, I think, I'm probably in the minority, but I think this is better than Surgical Extraction, just because it can't get countered because of the split second ability. And I don't really mind not having to pay the 2 life instead of just paying the black mana. We have this mainly in for World Spider Worms, Emrakuls that will shuffle the libraries back in, and that'll kill the combo. So we just extirpate with the Emrakuls on the stack, and then we should get rid of them that way. So that's pretty much what they're here for. Now, of course, if we're playing another combo deck, we'll bring them in, take out their combo through milling them and putting their stuff into the graveyard and getting them that way. And they have Tormod's Crypts, just cheap, efficient graveyard hate. Good against Dredge, good against Living End, especially since there's like the mono blue Living End that everyone's playing, because Modern is a pretty stale, pretty slow format. So once something new like that deck comes around, everybody plays it for the next 2 weeks, and that's all they play. Then they put it away, and they just go back to playing Giant. So that's been my experience with Modern. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, we'll queue this up, and we will play this in a league, and just hope for the best, really. Now, again, I am not the best Magic player by any means, but I do enjoy it. Want to learn, want to get better, want to see how I can play the game, search for more combo attacks like this, and just enjoy a good hobby. So let's go ahead and join. Okay. So let's go and let's play our first match. Would like to play first. Well, not a good start. So we have 1 land, so we do have to ship this. It's not really any better, but we do have an opt. So we'll just go ahead and keep this. And we will definitely put that on the bottom. So we will go ahead and just lead on Darkslick Shores. Pass turn. Another land. That's 6 lands in a row. We'll put that on the bottom. Alright, we'll take that. Okay, so let's go ahead, throw out Watery Grave. No, because we will just go ahead, Inquisition, see what our opponent's playing. Oh boy. Okay, so it looks like we got green, blue, Merfolk. We'll just go ahead and take the Lord. We'll take the Foil Lord because we're mean. We'll pass the turn. So, really, it's just being as quick as we can, getting out the combo, and just hopefully we can go off before they beat face. So what we can do next turn is we can play MIndcrank, or we can play Muddle the Mixture, transmute it for its cost, get out the Guild Mage, and we can see what we can do. So okay, play Drown Catacombs, and go ahead and cast MIndcrank. Pass turn. So really depending, because the opponent's probably going to play the other Lord of Atlantis, or maybe the other Merfolk. Probably playing the other Merfolk is probably the better of the two options. So we can Muddle the Mixture next turn for the other combo piece. And probably take 3 damage right here. So. Let's see what we draw. Thought Scour. Okay. Okay. At least it's something to do with the mana. So we will go ahead, transmute. Charge power 2 or less, so that's pretty much useless. Just go ahead and get the other guy. Then we will pass turn. We'll probably Thought Scour at their end step. Draw cards, mill them, of course. Take probably too much damage. The other thing too is they have Island Walk. Ugh, the worst. Get down to a 9. I think that. Yeah, that's probably game. What can we do? So we play Dust Mantle. Still can't block anybody except for the Master. Can't activate the ability. I think that's game. But let's just go ahead and see what we can draw. Still game. So we're gonna take 4/8. Yeah, we'll just concede. Okay, so against Merfolk, what do we want? Sideboard good enough. Fatal Pushes are great in this matchup. Remands will be good. I don't think Counter Squalls are that good, as they're non-creature. So we'll go ahead and bring those in. I don't think we do the switch up with the Delver. think that that's about it. So, go ahead, run it back. We would like to play first. I will keep this. We'll go ahead and play Inquisition. To negate natural states. And you know, we'll take the Aether Vial. That's the strongest merfolk play on turn 1 is an Aether Vial. It's probably one of the strongest probably one of the strongest plays in Modern. First turn. So, we'll see what they do. We'll go ahead and leave up Mana Leak. And if not, we'll go ahead and opt. Come on. Okay, let's go. We prevented 2 Aether Vials. I think he's stuck on 1 land, which is great. So, we'll go ahead and do that. You know what? Let's go ahead and just transmute now. Should we get? We can get the Guild Mage, start assembling the combo. We can get the other Mana Leak. Which I think is probably what we do. Just control them for a little bit longer. But it's only going to be a matter of time before he draws lands. So let's just go ahead and get the Guild Mage. Pass turn. Pass turn. Ah! Dang it! We tried, guys. We tried. Do I want to... You know what? We'll just do this. Ooh, we do want that on top. And an auto mixture. Alright. Go ahead and play the Creeping Tar Pit. And go ahead and actually, you know what? We'll just pretend that we have a Mana Leak up. Alright, so they finally drew their second land. That's good for them. Okay. ahead and do this. We'll leave that muddle and mixture for some unknown reason. Alright. Aether Vial ticks up. Do they have another land drop? But, I mean, Merfolk only needs 2 in an Aether Vial, really. So let's go ahead and get the other combo piece, and we win next turn. No, we don't. We still have a little ways to go. Do we win next turn? No. No, I don't think we do. No need to attack. Aether Vial ticks up. And we will just go ahead and Fatal Push that. Let it go. He has 2 negates and a natural state up, so he does have a lot of hate for us right now. We will take it. God. We're really just a mana away. Don't find it. Let's go ahead. Let's pass the turn. Next turn we can play MIndcrank, and we have protection with the remand. Oh boy. What do you got now? Okay, not the worst lord. Still taking 6, going down to a 9. Could use some fatal pushes. What we could use. There's our island. So let's go ahead, try to cast this. see if he casts the other negate. Doesn't. Does. And that's okay. It takes both negates out. But I think that we're going to have to block next turn. Which is a shame. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to block. Oh no! We don't have any board wipes in this deck. Maybe I need to. Oh, in the Mutavault. Yeah, this game. Three. Buzz guys for it, yeah. Oh, GG's opponent. GG's Thrill House. Drink water. Okay. It's not the best start, but against aggressive creature decks, we're not going to do very well. So, let's go ahead and go into our next league match. So, what interests y'all about Magic? You know, for me, I treat it more like a hobby. You know, I enjoy playing, you know, card games that do a strategy that, you know, requires to think, sort of anticipate things that, a cool youth pastor, awesome. You know, so that's why I was drawn into the game. My brother played it for a really long time, and eventually I just sat down and said, "Hey, you know, show me how to play." So we'll go ahead and keep this. We got 2 ops, 2 Dimir Charms, filter through our decks. Gemstone. What? Oh boy. Oh, is this like the turns deck? Alright, so let's go ahead. Lead on Watery Grave. Fast turn. What is happening? What are we playing? I'm so confused. Choose a card, reveal top of the library to color the name, and put that card in your hand. What did, oh, gosh. I don't know what's happening. We'll go ahead and just opt. Yeah, why not? We'll just go get a basic. Actually, no, we can get a Water Grave tapped. Pass the turn. Our opponent is playing some spice, and it's scary. I don't know what decks. I want to go Squirter. play this. Transmute. We'll get our other combo piece, and I think that we should be pretty close. We have the Ghost Quarter, so. I just don't know what our opponent is playing. And I'm scared. Oh, it's best turn. Yes. Another Ghost Quarter. So let's go some Drowned Catacomb. So next turn we win. If our opponent doesn't do anything drastic. But I mean, I don't know what he's playing. Well, we probably got Goyo's Vengeance. Yeah. And he's gonna play that. Gains haste. It's also for cards. It's on the turn. Why did he discard Gemstone? Okay. Well, I think we probably lost. Really cool deck, though. Oh boy. What do we do here? That was interesting. Definitely a different take on that deck. Fatal Push does not seem good. Extirpate seem good. Tormod's Crypts seem good. Five Seasons sound really good, actually. Just rip everything out of their hand. Let's go ahead and go down two of those. One of these. Kinda want to bring in the Delver package. No, let's just leave one sort of combo in there. And let's bring in the Mana Leaks. Because it doesn't look like he runs a lot of mana. It looks like he cheats a lot. Somebody bring in the Delver. Jeez. opponent. This hand's terrible. Do we keep a one lander because it has our Tormod script? Oh, jeez. You know what? Yeah. We'll do it. Of course, he has ley lines. That's just about the bane of our existence. You know, we got 2 cards too, you know? Pass turn. Maybe I should have brought it in the combo. Exit out the combo. Just waiting for our opponent. Gorya's Vengeance decks are often tricky. Just go ahead and opt now. You know, we'll go ahead and draw that. This is just a really awkward matchup. It's modern for you. Can't really prepare for anything. And everything. Our Ashiok's are useless. Inquisition's useless. Come on. Let's see what we can find. Preferably another land. Can't even do that. Oh, Jeez, that ley line really shut us down. That sucks. Sucks a lot. Goes Vengeance, gonna target the Narset, and yeah. That's game. Alright, well that was a super awkward match. Let's go to round 3. See if we can find a good matchup. Alright, round number 3. Here we go. So we definitely can make some more adjustments in the sideboard. Maybe bring in, like, some damnations. Don't really have a plan for Affinity either. So Hurkyl's Recalls be the best thing. Actually, not really. I'm not sure Black Artifact Destruction. Oh, jeez. One laner cannot keep. As much as I wouldn't mind, but we will not. We'll keep. I'm just gonna shuffle it away. Delta. Bottom. Okay. Speaking of Affinity. Oh, jeez, an Archon Rapture already? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Affinity. Maybe I really should just splash white just for Stony Silence. That wasn't a bad turn 0 for them either. So let's go ahead and play Polluted Delta. We'll leave up Dimir Charm, wait for them to attach Cranial Plating to something, and then we'll kill that thing. We'll probably attach it to Midnight. Ugh, Affinity, man. Every time I play it, I just feel so behind. It's just really annoying. So let's go ahead and fetch. We're just gonna get a basic though, because I hate losing life. to affinity. No. I'll just have it for mana. This is Cadillac. Oh no, I didn't touch it. Ugh. Getting in there for too much. Jeez. Don't even really want to show him anything. So what does he play? A bunch more things. Can I do anything? I don't think so. We really don't have anything for affinity. Ugh. Ashok sounds really good in this match. We can get, if we can survive to turn 3 Ashok, I think we'll be really good in this matchup. To be an infiltrator, can still tutor for a counter spell for his meter charms, and for a root chanter's pike. Yeah, we really don't have anything. Just hope we can outlast them. Sorry, I didn't wish you good luck. Have fun, Mr. Affinity Player. Oh, jeez. What can we do with this hand? We can filter through to things. Alright, well, we got the Delver and the Inquisition. I think this is actually a better hand, so we'll go and keep this. Ashok on top? Yes. So, maybe we can do something with this hand. Let's see. Watery Grave, untapped. So we know he's not going to flip turn 1. Let's see them barf out their hand. Wow, just 3 cards? No. So now we get that. Oops, I should probably tap wrong. Oh, God. Ow. Pina coladas. That's right, he got out of his hand for our Ashiok if we draw a land next turn. Steel Overseer is a good one. So that's online. Ravager is another good one. So getting our only tap land in the game. Let's just go ahead and Fatal Push that thing right there. Get that out the way. I can't stand Affinity. My disdain for it as attack. Racing him. We're racing Affinity. We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna get there. Well, God, I hate you. Did not attack. I don't know why. Yes. Play Ashiok. We will uptick Ashiok. I feel like Ashiok would be really great in this matchup if we played it a turn earlier. Probably would have hit the Edge Champion. Probably would have played it ourselves. Get Ornithopter. Voskirge isn't too bad. I'm okay with that. I can do that. Swing 3 in the air. Try and survive. Pass the turn. Taking like a zillion. Inkmouse is one with Infect, right? Yeah. See how he's attacking both at Ashiok. guess we just hold up mana and see what we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, jeez. Pretty sure I don't have any cards. I'm an idiot. Okay. We're just gonna see. We are going on to the fourth match. We haven't found any good matchups. I thought this would be a good little sneaky deck to play. Get up on people. It's not been good. Our sideboard definitely needs a lot of work, in my opinion. Probably shouldn't go with the transformational sideboard. Be a little more control, board sweeps, that sort of thing. So, all the stuff we can improve on. That's why we're playing. That's why we're learning this deck, figuring out what this particular modern meta looks like. So. Got 2 lands. A way to filter. Good luck, have fun, Mr. Chesem. Delta. I will match you. Delta. Go down to 15. Snapcaster, the lightning bolt supreme will. Interesting. Go take the Snapcaster. We can eat a bolt. Probably sort of like spell slingy deck. It looks like. So we've seen a pretty wide variety of what Modern really does have to offer, which is why I like Modern. Just the diversity of it is pretty cool. So we'll go and play that and we'll leave up remand. Just a whole bunch of decks. Some of them I can't stand, but you gotta respect it because it is what that person chooses to play. So that. Another watery grave. No. And we will go ahead and thought scour. Swamp. Cryptic and serum visions. Not a watery grave. Go ahead and get MIndcrank. Again, we're really close to the combo. It kind of does have the feel of a land go deck. Get our combo pieces. Fast turn. That's fine. Blood Moon, no! Oh, no! Oh, jeez. Oh. Yet another card that's the bane of our existence. Well, let's just go ahead. Run out MIndcrank. How do we get rid of this thing? We don't. We just gotta draw to a blue source. But now that we know they play it, we will definitely search up basics next time. No, snap, bolt, snap. Why does this happen? Stop. Take the remand. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. Don't think. I just know you can cast anything. Okay. So, lesson learned, we will search up our basics. Tormod's Crypts sound good. Mana leaks if we get into like a leak counterspell war. Kinda like Extirpate too, just getting rid of their blood moons. What looks bad? Counter Scroll sounds good. Fatal Push is good. Ops, Thought Scours. I don't think we go down the combo and go with the Delver. I think what we will do though is take out these. Well, it sounds really good just as a counter spell. Surprisingly enough. And I think that we just take out the Thought Scours. I think that that's how we'll go. We're gonna extirpate Blood Moons, gonna extirpate the Snapcasters. I think that'll shut down their deck a lot. That'll just turn them into real dirtily, real just annoying. Yes. God. Playing 23 lands. Don't ever keep a one-hander. Oh, Pete's sake. Well, we'll keep this. Yeah, why not? It'll at least give us some action. Creeping Tar Pit. Ah, that killed us. Need another Creeping Tar Pit? I don't think so. Okay. I'll play that and run out the mind. See if he remands. Yep. We will pass the turn. Okay. Put it Delta. Jeez. So now they're just gonna leave up remands like the whole time. Run out again. See what we got. Probably he's countered again. Yep. get our face just pounded in. The life total can't change. No sense in attacking. Just hope we can draw something to get into our combo, I guess. It's not good. Not good at all. It's not even legendary. Ugh. We got one piece. Will it ever resolve is another question. Madcap did not. I did not expect that. So we take 8. If he plays a Blood Moon, we're pretty much done. Can we die next turn? I just don't think that there's anything we can do. Let's go ahead and try to Inquisition. That'll lead us to get a counter spell out of the way, and then we can snap. It takes 3 mana. Okay. Through the Breach, 2 Cryptics. I guess because he knows it's dead. He's only running 1 Snapcaster? What the fuck? Doesn't make any sense. Choose start card in a graveyard other than base command. Search an owner's graveyard, hand a library for all cards with the same name. And he's only running that? Okay, so we have not done good, and I apologize. It's not how the deck should be shown. But after going to our final round, I'll do a wrap up. See what we learned today. The thing is, about that last matchup, I feel like we have an okay matchup against a Blue Moon deck, but we had to mulligan to 5 because no lands. Never drew anything besides some useless fatal pushes. So Alright, so I guess since while we're waiting, I'll just go ahead and you can catch all of these streams on my YouTube channel at just Elijah Auto. Um, putting all these up, and I'll put up like some other deck texts and stuff like that, ideas that I'm working on throughout the week. I'm working on trying to create a series called Magic After Dark, where we play Magic, Friday nights or Saturday nights. We stream a deck, not necessarily tier 1 decks, I can't afford it in Modern, but like sort of tier 2, tier 3, seeing what decks are like, and just evolving and learning how to play the game. So here we go again with the one land, and oh my god, just kind of upsetting. I think we've mulliganed every match. We'll keep it. There we go. Okay. I think this is okay. Marsh Flats. So, any number of decks. Let's see what it pulls. Godless Shrine tapped. Another Godless Shrine. Could be black-white tokens. Let's see. Wolf Omens. Could be Eldrazi and Taxes or those sort of decks. Two Mindcranks. Jinkies. I think at the end of turn, we'll Thought Scour ourselves. Yeah, this has to be sort of like black-white tokens. Could have used that a long time ago. Let's go ahead and see what our opponent is playing. Yeah, it's black-white tokens for sure. Gideon's. We'll take the path. That's good on our part. So we place the Gideon, we'll counter squall the Gideon. We get in for 2. I think we'll just play the MIndcrank. And then if we can draw into one of our pieces, we should be good to go. I think we're in okay shape right now. They'll probably like Lingering Souls again, maybe. That's what it looks like, yeah. So, she's gonna flood the board with tokens. Eventually, that'll catch up to us. Maybe we should just fatal push one of them. themselves have a fatal push. We'll get rid of that. And then we'll just go ahead and pass the turn. So we really need to draw into something that can get us to draw cards. Hopefully he'll activate Shambling Vent and we can fatal push it. And it will probably just fatal push a lingering soul token. No, I think he has another one in here, doesn't he? Yeah. So what we'll go ahead and do is fatal push. That. The only thing that sucks about killing off a token is if we had the combo symbol, that's not a good way because the token is going to go. Jeez. Just pass the turn. And I think that we're just going to die. Just getting the lingering beats. No, what the? It didn't let me. Oh, god damn it. Well, that was a misplay. So, we aren't drawing anything. This is ridiculous. Mass Shacks don't seem good. Canner Swell seems good. Muddle Mixture seems good for the token stuff. Fatal Pushes kind of don't seem good, but we don't have any other removal. Maybe I just bring in the other Thought Seizes. What if I just brought in the extra paints? Try it like that. Actually, you know what? Let's just go. These. No. Maybe I do. See, it looked like they probably play a full packet of Path and Fatals. So. We'll keep this. Confidant. We have one for next turn, so let's just go and take the Dark Confidant for card advantage. Usually I don't mind because the opponent is paying life, but in this deck we just want to be controlling and slow. Usually I wouldn't mind them playing a Dark Confidant. I know it sounds ridiculous, but they're taking 2 or 3 damage a turn just for, a card. We're going to say Gideon, because those things... Gideon tribal deck. Gideon.deck. It's pretty cool with how these sort of Planeswalker decks are popping up. There's like a Liliana tribal deck just floating around. So, that sort of stuff is really cool. You're just seeing how the format can change. So, let's go ahead and transmute to get our guy. Get the Death Mantle. We'll play both next turn. Let's see. So we got rid of the Gideon, Marsh Flats, Shambling Vents, Ghost Quarters. Leyline is Saint to do. Leyline Saint to do isn't that too big of a deal because we have, unlike in our first match where we couldn't do anything, we have a Ghost Quarter, and these abilities aren't target, so it's just an opponent. So Leylines aren't too scary when we have like a Ghost Quarter on the field. Compared to our last matchup, I think like round 2, where a Ghost Quarter just shut us down. So So this is it. Next turn we just activate our ability and we Ghost Quarter them. But they drew a path, so we'll just get in the swamp. And we draw nothing, and we will continue to draw nothing for the rest of the game, probably. Well, we are almost there. God. Oh, it's awful. Actually, no, it was 5. Let's just go ahead and remand. Not exactly what we're looking for. Okay, let's see what we can draw into. Thoughtseize. It's not too bad. See what they drew. Gideon with the trials. to prevent all target. Target permanent. What do you target? Go down to a 10. Clock is ticking on us, so. God. Oh my gosh. Ah! Just, like, sick of this. This is ridiculous. We have, just under 50% of all of our combo pieces left to draw, and we're not drawing anything, so. Yeah, it's okay. This is ridiculous. It's so stupid. Cool. Alright. What do we learn? Well, first and foremost, I think this deck has a ton of potential. We can't draw or just maybe we need to play a 4 of the models and the Dimir Infiltrators to get to these things quicker. I'm not too sure. I know we probably need a little more better creature removal. I know Fated Push is good and all, but our Revolt triggers aren't going to happen very often unless we have Polluted Delta or Ghost Quarter. So maybe just moving up better removal would help. But I think the main problem right now is the sideboard with this deck. The transformational sideboard of Delver and the Runechanter's Pike never really got to really see it. So I might just go ahead and just get rid of that, and let's just put in extra ways to protect the combo. I think that route, I guess, is better. Definitely some Damnations in the sideboard for sure. Something like that. Maybe more spot removal, like a Doom Blade or something, would be helpful as well. Maybe some more counter squalls and remands, I think, will probably also help the deck as well. So, I'll keep playing this. It does get frustrating at times when you're only drawing, 10 lands in a row. But I'll keep playing this. I'll fine tune it. We'll come back to this deck a little bit later. So that's sort of my thought of the deck. I do like this deck. I think that it can work. I'm just a really bad Magic player. I'm just gonna go with that excuse right now. But just to show you something that we are gonna work on next time, we're gonna be probably playing my favorite card of all time ever printed, the card that really got me into Magic, and that's Waste Not. This card is insane when it can happen, and I played it when it first came out in Modern with just a bunch of in a Storm shell, basically, with a bunch of Burning Inquiries and Reforge the Souls and Serum Visions to set that up. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. I took it to an F&M and got second place with it. So I love this card. It's my favorite card ever printed. And so I'm going to try to make a deck that builds around this and a 4 of Lilianis, and that'll be the 8 cards that we build And then we're also going to play a 4 of a Leyline of Anticipation. So what this does is just makes everything into an instant speed removal. It makes our Burning Inquiries instant speed. It makes our Blightnings instant speed. It makes Rich Mind. It makes everything instant speed. And then the big thing that I've always run into is we never really fill up our opponent's hand once we dismount it. But we have this card, and that's Fevered Visions, and I think this is a great card. Everybody draws a card, and if your opponent has 4 or more, they deal 2 damage to them. So it's actually kind of a cool control card. But we're just going to use this to fill up our opponent's hand and make sure that they have a card in hand that we can go ahead and just take out. And so that's sort of the idea that I'm going with right now. We'll probably have this ready by next week, and we'll continue this series of Magic After Dark. Like I said, just go ahead and go to my YouTube channel, like, subscribe. Everything that isn't that gets recorded onto Twitch gets recorded or put onto YouTube. So in case you missed the streams, I will put them up there under Elijah Auto, and I'll put in a link somewhere. And until then, continue playing and have fun. Thank you.